Uncle.
How about you, sir?
Good morning.
Good morning. And how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. You've joined us in studio.
Yes, I've missed. One of the most painful things this morning for me has been seeing Sammy and realizing how much I've missed him. It's a very painful thing for me to have to tell him and admit that I've missed him.
Sami Batakari.
Yeah, Sami Batakari.
Oh, I see.
But how have you been?
Oh, I've been fine. It was a stressful weekend, but yeah, we're back. We're back, and it's good. It's good to be back.
Where's Osofo Daryl?
Daryl is going to be joining us shortly. He is recording the Joy Business Minute, and he tells me that he's done, so he's editing, and in the next 5 minutes, he should be here.
All right, so hopefully by the time we are done...
Oh, yes, Daryl will be here.
Daryl will be here.
Yes.
To give a testimony about answer to his prayers. Well, last Thursday, I started a 2-part series on what the sexes want to tell each other.
Yeah.
The series was inspired by a discussion that took place at the Roverman rehearsals towards our Q2 production, which will run from 7th July to 16th July at the National Theatre. On Thursday, I shared with you what girls want to tell boys. I said, girls want to tell boys 4 things. 1, pay attention when I tell you about the intentions of another girl for you. 2, if you keep repeating the things you do that hurt me, I will not give you peace. 3, if you lie to me, I will find out sooner or later. And finally, 4, when I go out with you, don't neglect me whilst you give attention to other girls. This morning, as I promised, I am flipping the coin to tell you what boys want to tell girls. Here we go. And Winston, I would need you to give a testimony and confirm that this is, at any point in time.
No problem at all.
Number 1, don't make the relationship stressful, because for boys, our threshold for pain is low.
All right.
Men cannot stand the pain created by stress and pressure in a relationship. And no matter how much a boy loves a girl, every time she gives him stress, she becomes less attractive to him. If she continues making the relationship stressful, she continues to inflict pain on him. And when the pain becomes unbearable, the boy walks away from the pain, and in doing so, walks away from the girl as well. The tricky part of this is that boys are socialized not to show vulnerability. And so no matter how much the boy is hurting in the relationship, he will hide how he is feeling from the girl. So a lot of girls are often confused as to why the boy left them, because they had no clue that he was in such a pain. 2, it is you I have chosen. Let's keep other girls out. For boys, if he has proposed to you, he expects that you will understand that he ignored and walked past all the other options to choose you.
Exactly.
So he does not expect you to be insecure about his love for you. Boys get confused at the tendency of girls to raise issues of other girls in the relationship. Questions like, why did Ekuya ignore me when she saw me with you? Or why is Amma calling you at this time? Or why did Ajua send you that message? Questions like these, and the girl's insistence on answers from the boy, amount to inviting the Ekuya, the Amma, and the Ajua into the relationship, and making girls who may not matter to the boy at all take center stage in your relationship. And it does not end well. Number 3, I may not be romantic, but I love you. I love you as a man loves, and not as a woman loves. Last week, I watched a YouTube video of an audition on one of the main singing talent shows in the US. This show has 3 judges, 2 men and a lady. In the video, a contestant from Santa Fe, Texas, appears before the judges and shares a bit of his life story with them. He talks of how a gunman broke into his school in May 2018 and killed 8 students and 2 teachers. He said, I lost a lot of friends that day, and so I am here to honor their memory. I am doing this for them. All the judges were moved by the story. The two men on the panel teared up and wiped their tears. They were deeply moved, but they held it together. The lady on the panel, however, wept openly. In anguish, she screamed, "Our country has failed us. This is not okay." The men sitting beside her felt the pain of the moment too, but they were men, and they struggled to show it. They looked helpless and were not sure how to handle the situation of their fellow judge in pieces. Finally, one of them stretched out his hand rather tentatively and touched the woman on her arm for a very brief moment, and the other one also did the same. The situation got me thinking, how would female judges have reacted to a fellow judge in tears? I'm sure they would have gotten off their seats and gone to hug her and even cried with her. That would have been natural for them to react that way because they are women. But the men were also natural in their reactions because they are men. Men do not love like women. They love as men. The problem is that women often want their men to love them as a woman would, and it does not work that way. I remember sharing an incident on this platform of an episode of West Wing when the president, Bartlett, did something that moved his friend and chief of staff, Leo, to tears. It was a beautiful and warm moment between the two men, but as soon as Leo broke down, the president left the room to give his friend privacy to cry. If the president had been a woman, she would not have left the room. She would have attempted to console him or hug him and possibly cried with him. But the man's reaction was to leave the room so his friend would not feel embarrassed later that he broke down before him. Boys would like girls to know that we love them deeply and even hopelessly, but we love them differently from women. Please don't try to make us behave as women in love relationships. And finally, number 4. And I'm doing 4 because I did 4 for the... I am no mind reader, so tell me what you want and what I've done wrong. Every boy who has been in a relationship with a girl has at one time or the other felt that he was expected to be a mind reader. You can see that something is eating your girl up, and you ask what it is, and she's offended that you would even ask. You should know is often the cold answer. Well, newsflash. Men are not mind readers, and many of us are very poor at picking up cues. So, when you are dealing with a boy, it is better to say what the matter is or what you want. You know, Winston, one of the things that causes me great pain as a counselor is discovering that a relationship is in trouble simply because the partners who love each other deeply have failed to appreciate the differences between the sexes. Sometimes I wish boys will become girls for just one day and girls will become boys for just one day. Maybe then we would understand each other better. And that is my presentation for this morning.
Thank you very, very much, Uncle. In fact, you're very right. You know what, Darryl, you are listening. You're here.
Yeah.
Also for Darryl.
Uncle, good to see you. And I really mean it. Good to see you. Reality check, right?
Yeah, it is. You know, Uncle is very right. You know, sometimes men would love as men and not as women. I remember my sisters asking my father one day, have you said I love you to our mommy? And my father said, Nanya ring ya no shemi.
No. Yeah, so that is it.
That's the ring, no Nanya I love you. No.
Yeah.
He's wearing the ring. You know, he doesn't have to say it, but he's acting it.
A friend of mine said, but I said I love you on the day we married. And the situation hasn't changed. If it changes, I'll let you know.
Could it be that we watch a lot of telenovelas these days that people expect to see what they see in the movies in real life?
It has always been the case that if women tend to want to womanize a man, and the womanization of men does not help.
Yeah.
But Darryl, I heard you and I heard Abajose. taking my name in vain.
So Daryl, you have brunch.
Oh,
Uncle-
wow.
Yes, he brought us
Oh,
breakfast.
wow.
But
Oh,
it will
wow.
become brunch because after 10 is brunch.
I think I'm going to wait till after 10 for you.
Oh, why? Are you going to
Wednesday.
start while I'm still on air? No, it will not happen. But I'm the one supposed to show you where it is.
That's not fair. This is not
Fairness. You know, they preach fairness in the church.
Life is not fair.
fair. Life is
not
not fair.
We
Life is
preach
not
it,
fair.
but we don't practice it.
Oh, but this is a real pleasant surprise. We're expecting it though, but it's still a surprise.
Oh, you know,
isn't
Uncle,
it?
when he promises, he delivers.
Yeah. A man of his words.
He's no politician. He promises and delivers.
Darren, let me go because the direction is now wants to push me.
Wow. Great.
Uncle,
Thank you
thank
so
you very,
much.
very much.
And good to see